All right. So far, there's nobody in here. And this is supposed to be a members only live stream. So we'll give it a minute and see if anybody comes
probably
in.
should have done it later in the day.
You think
People
so?
that work.
True. Let me go check something out.
Plus, some people just get their kids from school right now.
There's Kay Shelton. She's in here. Hey, Kay. How are you?
Okay.
Try to see if anybody else comes in here. Let me make sure to remind everybody. It looks like there's been... Let me see here. Give me just a second, Kay, and let me check this to see. There's Jill Gallinati. Okay, so people... She said, I'm good. How are you guys? Kay did. We're doing good. Just wanted to put something together for you guys, and I figured people would be able to make it. I probably should have done it. There's Millie RN. Okay, so people are here. I just can't see them up here on the little counter, I guess. So we'll talk, and this will be good because we'll be able to answer questions and stuff for you guys specifically. I don't know if any of you guys saw what happened on Burnt Toast last night. But there was this channel called White Boy Lockdown Radio, and he was trying to... There's my alarm. He's been trying to make videos and rumors about us, so she invited us over there. He didn't know we were going to be there, and when he came up there, she put us up there on the screen with him, and you know, we were able to, you know, call out a bunch of stuff. You could tell that the guy was not being honest in his
what he was saying.
You know, I just basically came out the gate and I believe talked about things that he thought he was going to try to what would you say, like kind of sideswipe somebody with, or try to you know, think that nobody would talk about. And I talked about it immediately, and he got really upset about it. And but you know, that's not what we're here for. We're not here for this drama and stuff that people want to call us out about. It doesn't help with this case for looking for Summer. You know, neither does, you know, fighting with other creators. And I wanted to make that clear last night, and I tried to say that to him. So yeah, me and Alli both were on there. If you want to go watch that, that's on Burnt Toast channel. Let me
be prepared for language.
Yeah,
FYI.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I flipped out and kind of lost my crap.
He did good for a while, and then yeah.
Let me see. Somebody said so. Let me go to this members only post and make a comment to see if anybody else is going to come in here. The drama takes away the fact Summer is still missing. That's true, Millie Arn. That's very true. Jill Gunn, I said, can't wait to watch Love How You Deal. I didn't deal very well with that one.
Yeah, you did okay.
I was very patient till I wasn't.
I can't remember what you called them.
Kumquat.
That's what
it kept calling me dirtbag.
And scumbag.
It's scumbag on it. And Yeah, and I've just finally lost it.
And he went immediately after being on that live. He went and started a live of his own. Oh, that was after at the end he said, "Don't do that."
Not doing anything. He immediately did what?
He immediately went and started his own live and was like, "They kicked me off of there," and that was not the truth at all. He completely got mad and rage quit off of there.
Yeah, 3 times he rage quit and got off that live. And I'm rambling, trying to give people time to get in here. Can you go over to that post in the community section and tell people to make sure that if they're members to get in here? Because I want to be able to answer questions for people. And we're going to talk about some stuff because, I talked about at the end of the morning live I did earlier yesterday morning when we were talking about Brianna Tester, which, I want to make this very clear. I was not trying to say anything about that young girl. It is a tragedy that she has lost her life, especially to homicide. And that was not what my point was when talking about her friend list and everything. I was just saying that back in September of 2021, another channel had brought out her name and her ties and to people that were involved in this case. And hey, Debbie Howard. So people are going to come in here. I guess it's going to be, I don't think it's giving people a notification. So if you'll do that. Excuse me, let me pause this for a minute or mute this so I can clear my throat. Okay. So yeah, my intentions were not to ever, say anything bad about that young woman, and I really wanted to be respectful about it, and at the same time, uh, give her some awareness to her case as well. And I felt like it was respectful, but the girl's sister had came over and probably just saw her name, and I know it's a hard time for their family and kind of lashed out. And I tried to explain to her that we weren't trying to do that. We were just talking about why her name was brought up. She had obviously gotten charged, well, allegedly gotten charged with kidnapping of another child 2 weeks after Summer went missing and trying to help her find a better home or putting that child in a better home. And, I think that, and I should have made this more clear, but I think people were confused or maybe even speculated that she could have done that to help Summer if she knew that. And I was not saying that she did or didn't, but just was trying to talk about why her name was brought up.
Should I just make a whole new post or edit this one or
make a whole new one?
Okay, that's what I thought.
So that's what my intentions were with that. And then, but at the end of that post, or not post, the end of that live yesterday, I talked about, I'd got a phone call yesterday and how, we were told that we weren't allowed on the property anymore. Grandma Candy called me and told me we weren't allowed on the property anymore. And I said, what for this time? Because this makes the 5th or 6th time that we've been told that. And she clearly said, I do not know. I don't know why. I said, I'm sorry. And I wasn't hateful or rude to her. See, Millie RN said I hadn't heard about her until you talked about her. Well, a channel called Evil Exists yesterday talked about her early on. There was another channel back in September called Red Rum was the name of the channel that talked about her. Are you talking about as far as a Brianna tester. Because I think that's, but anyway, so back to Grandma Candy. So she said that, I was like, why? What's the reason for this time? She said she didn't know that Candace hung up on her um, when she asked her why we weren't allowed up there, because Grandma Candace asked me the day before yesterday.
Yeah, she called while I was at work. She called my phone and asked if we would be able to come up there to help her with her vehicle. And so we were like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then the very next morning, we're getting told, well, I don't know. I don't know what she told you, but you're not allowed. I'm not allowing anybody to come on the property when I'm not there.
Right. And so me telling y'all about this is why I wanted to talk about this. So I immediately, after getting off the phone with Grandma Candace, messaged Candace and said, this makes 5th or 6th time that we've been told that we're not allowed on the property. And clearly, I'm frustrated about it. It upsets me, and I'm tired of it. And I said, to be honest with you, Candace, I said, we feel very unappreciated and always have coming up there. Coming into this case, the first time we went up there, we said it publicly and privately to Dawn and Candace, we have to go where the truth is. And, I'm sorry if she's gotten upset because I've had to call out things that she's not been truthful about, or other things that haven't been, conveyed as truthful. But that's just, I have to go by what I said. I've caught enough flack. What?
I don't feel like that's what it is.
Because she's never said anything to us about.
Well, no. I just feel like, because this has happened even when we haven't been talking about things that are strange that they have done or said, or
yeah, that's true.
This goes way back.
What is that? Because the first few times that she's told us not to is because she's heard we said something and then came back and said, well, no, I heard wrong or something. You know how it's happened.
Well, a lot of that hasn't even been live. It's things that she has heard that we have said to people that we've never even said to people.
Yeah. Well, I
don't know. It's just crazy.
It's just crazy. It's always something crazy, and it doesn't even make sense or matter. And I can understand that she's in a high state of emotion, and a lot of people have turned their backs on her, and I guess manipulated her. That is very true. But we've never been like that. We've always done what we said and said we were, done what we said and said what we do, and been very upfront and honest. But, she comes on my channel and says, Alli said 3 different things in a total of 10 minutes about the same thing we asked about, and there's 3 different explanations for it.
Of course, we're going to talk about that.
And I have to talk about that. I have to. Yeah, we both have to call that out. So that's been, I don't see how any other way of getting by that. And then when other things that have been untrue have come out, we've had to talk about it. One being, so I wanted to talk about this with y'all before we even move on. Debbie Howard. So the Music C Mom said, Debbie Howard, why did you not notify me? A little messy. Oh, who knows? Okay, I'm glad y'all are coming in here now. This is a lot easier. These members only lives like this. It is way easier to talk to everybody. So I'm glad y'all are coming in here now. Okay, so basically what I'm talking about is we're just talking about why we were told we weren't allowed on the property, and that's fine. Look, it is a lot less stressful on me.
Us.
Yeah, well, me as far as doing mechanic work and stuff when they
Oh,
ask me,
yeah.
it's a lot because I don't feel comfortable doing it for them, especially like that. Because if anything wrong happens with a car, or say they wanted brake lines worked on, and I have to work on those brake lines. Say if something breaks, I get blamed for it. This is high profile. Cam fixed it. He did. I mean, any kind of lie, rumor, anything could be placed on me working on a vehicle. So I don't like being asked to do those things. But I have a hard problem with saying no to them because I want to be helpful.
Well,
Because
we're the kind of people that have a hard time saying no to anybody.
yeah, very true.
And we always try to be very helpful. And
Because even though, yeah, I want to say this because even though that we have uh, had to call her out on some things that have been untrue that she said, the fact of the matter is that there is still no evidence that they are guilty of doing anything to Summer.
right.
But it doesn't help. It doesn't look favorably on her when she does tell untrue things. And people have to, because then it makes people question: is everything that you're saying dishonest? Or are you lying about all of it? So that's hey, I like her name, Stitch and Bitchin' True Crime. Mother and hi everyone. Finally caught a live. Normally have to watch the replay. Well, you actually caught a good live, Mother Hen, because this is this is members only, and you'll be able to answer any or ask any questions. And we'll be able to catch every single one of them. Who knows? Thanks for being here, Bama Forever. I saw you come in. Awesome. This is good. Music City Mom. Awesome, man. I'm glad we got to do this. Carrie in Canada. Hey, how are you? And just my thoughts. Okay, so people are found you to that post you just. That's awesome. I'm glad you did that. Okay. So yeah, there's that, and so we found out some other information. So the first night that Grandma Candace called us, and I want to share this with y'all because y'all deserve this, and this is kind of some inside information, and we didn't get to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it on a live with 1,000 people yet. McBro. Yeah, awesome. I'm glad all y'all are coming in here. So, when Grandma Candy called the first night and asked us to come up there and help work on her car, she said we took kind of advantage of the situation and asked her some questions about Jose and the things that we had questions about, because when I asked Candace about these questions,
Well, we already told them what happened with that.
Yeah,
she just kind of shut down and quit answering anything and got mad at us. So.
Yeah, she shut down. She answered a few of them, and then she wasn't having it no more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, these answers right here are kind of weird too.
Yeah.
And Grandma, I'm going to be very, very upfront about this. Grandma has been very honest and upfront with anything and everything we've ever answered or asked her.
Yes.
With her answers, she's been very upfront. So this is weird when I tell you about this. So she...
Oh, thank you. Who knows?
Yeah, thank you so much. So I first asked her, I said, hey, so when I asked Candace where did you take Jose and drop him off at? What town? What state? She also told me she didn't remember. And I said, was it North Carolina or South Carolina? I'm sorry, but 2 years ago, I'm going to remember where I took somebody on a long trip.
Right.
Each and every one of us in here is going to remember that. People are going to, and it's not like she.
Especially if this happened after all the drama that happened of Dawn going to jail and them all fighting, and you're going to remember where you took that person, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely, you're going to remember.
And then if it played out the way that Jose says it played out, which, that's questionable. We don't know if it played out that way. But he made it sound like she was taking him to work that morning, as she always did, because he said that Grandma always took him and picked him up from work.
Well, she was even.
And we'll get to that. But he said that she was supposed to be taking him to work, and that she all of a sudden, he said, well, no, we're not going to work today. You're going to take me to such and such place. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So you're going to remember that too. If somebody's like, no, we're not going to work. Just,
Well, when she answered, she said, I don't know what town. I can't remember, but I know it's 4 hours away. Is what she said. And then she said, well, because I remember, because he had she she gave this information. She said, because he had a job down here. And I said, so it's true he did have a job here? And she said, yeah, that at that place where they do the cat scratching and posts and stuff like that. Cat something or another, she said. And then we kind of helped fill it in. Alli said, yeah, I found the place. There actually is. He did work while he was in here. And I said, and she said, yes. And then I said, so how long was he actually here? Because I thought Candace was telling the truth about a month and a few days. And he, and I was like, so I thought that was truthful. And I said, so how long was he actually here? And she said, well, I don't know. It's like, it caught her off guard.
Millie Arian, I agree. You might not remember the town that you take somebody, but you would think she would have remembered the state.
Yeah, the state, absolutely.
Now, I mean, if it was right across the line, I guess maybe, like right over the North Carolina, South Carolina border there. I don't know.
Right. And look, let's be very clear about this, because I just said for people that's all coming in here, that still does not mean that anybody's guilty to do with anything with Summer. But it's just weird. We just brought up something, they divulged that information to us. Then we asked, how long was he here? And then, I went a little further and said, so, what would be the purpose of getting a job if you're only here for a month or a month and a few days? It would be kind of pointless unless you're working part-time and you're working like 2 days a week. And if it's true they were drinking, which I believe it very, very true that they were drinking and doing whatever they do up there, that maybe for them to have beer money or money to eat on or whatever they do. So there's that. I thought that was strange. Well, then I'm here. Give me just a second. I gotta get something to drink, and I'll be right back in here. Talk to
him. Give me something.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of off topic, but everybody, please keep our son in your prayers, because he woke up this morning and, well, actually, he came in and woke me up, and he said, Mommy, I just threw up. And so we've got the stomach virus now in our house, so he's been sick all day long. It's been awful. He was supposed to have an appointment. Me and him both had an eye doctor's appointment this morning, and we didn't get to go. And he's so upset because he's been wanting new glasses so bad. And so all morning he was so upset. He kept saying, but Mommy, I really wanted to get new glasses, and I've been waiting so long. So just keep him in your prayers.
Well, that's a good point too, Debbie Howard. Did you see what she said? But didn't Jose say he was the one driving the truck?
Yeah.
Mellow Yellow. That's what we were opening there, just to show you. Anyway, that's true. If she slept the whole way, but then again, she has to drive back.
Right, and
you're gonna know what state you're coming out of to get back.
I mean, and plus you're gonna be like, so where are we? So I know how to get home.
Yeah, for sure. So that was weird. So I messaged Candace when I messaged her. If y'all didn't catch what I said, I messaged her and I said, look, this makes 5-6 times you've told us we're not allowed on that property. You know, I'm actually relieved that this means less work for me. I said,
but
I said that because I was angry.
Right. Well, no, I'm not. I was
because it's made 5-6 times, and I said, you know, we never felt like we were appreciated anyway.
Yeah.
Because we really haven't felt that way. And
we sat here and saw them sing praises of other people who have done things that have not. I mean, I'm not trying to toot our own horn and say that, oh, we've done so much, but we have tried to do things to help them out. And we have never gotten any kind of thanks.
We've had our whole life turned upside down and been, you know, over just trying to help find Summer. And we figured that they would at least say thank you. It was many, many months before Dawn said thank you to, and Candace has never told us thank you. Never once told us thank you for anything. And she doesn't have to. But sometimes it's just a nice gesture. And we've heard her tell other people she's fired people that were there. I don't see how you fire somebody who's
there trying to help
who's for free volunteering their time to try to help you get your house in order for your boys. She tells them they can't come back and stuff. And I've always
accused people of things that it's just I don't know.
And I don't maybe she's new to this and she thought, well, anybody's new to this, but new to having people around wanting to do it.
But still, you would think that would make you more appreciative if you've never had anybody really do something for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But instead, it's like, it's kind of like she just expects it.
Right. And it's just some questionable things. We didn't talk about it. It wasn't our place to at that time. And, you know, to say about the people that were there helping on renovations and trying to get the house up in order in case the boys come back and helping to get to do what DCS asked of them. McBro said Jose had a hotel receipt for Quality Inn in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Maybe Grandest stayed overnight. Maybe. But I still feel like she would know where she was at, you know, when asked that. And regardless of the fact, one thing about Jose, him talking about Dawn, he had to, regardless of how long he was there, we have, you know, there's receipts of when Dawn came back to the property in October. It would only have been a few days, like a weekend and a few days, that Jose was around Dawn in total.
Right. And so he said that he saw all of this stuff that Dawn did, and there was all these horrible accusations made against Dawn whenever both Jose and Dawn were supposed to have been working.
Yeah.
And then they weren't there. I mean, and then Dawn ended up going to jail. So they wouldn't have been together a very long amount of time to see all of these things happen.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm still not saying anything bad about them. I'm just telling our truths about some stuff. And I still haven't got to the answer I got back from when I replied to Candace. But she said she said back to us, she said in a message, let me read it word for word. Let me open it here. Okay. She said, reply back to me when I said this. I said, why are we not allowed back up there this time? Your mom called me and asked me to fix your vehicle or her vehicle, and I said I would, but that's fine with me. This probably makes sixth time you've told me and Allison that we're not allowed back on your property, and this is the last time. So don't try and reach out to us again. I'm sick and tired of it. We've tried to be good to you and straight up with you, and you've done nothing but treat us like this over and over again. She said, first off, I done told my mom nobody was loud on the property when I'm not home. Her mom would have told us that.
Yeah.
Her mom has always been upfront. Her mom would have said, oh, well, y'all can't come up here now because
she's not home.
Because she's not home.
And she doesn't want anybody up here. And Grandma is very good about saying, you know, this is Candace's property.
And she doesn't want you to film filming that basement under that shed. She said, I don't know why she doesn't want you to film, but she can't. I can't even film up here, and I live on it.
Here, yeah.
That's what she said. And I was like, I would have been fine with that, with her saying, and I still am fine. If that's the case, if she just doesn't want anybody there while she's not there, but her mom had to have her vehicle fixed because of important appointments, doctor's appointments, I'm guessing. She and I guess engagement she has to family. I don't know. So she said.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter was,
Kim Holmes said Jose was saying all this while he was intoxicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact of the matter was that she was on time restrictions. Grandma was, and now, I mean, that just puts her out of being able to get her vehicle worked on by us at least, which, I mean, I don't know.
Music City Mom said, do you think if Grandma saw or knows something, she would tell TBI?
I do.
You do think so?
I do think so.
I think so too. I do think so too, because of how upfront she was. This is my opinion.
This woman has been through this with her own daughter, and then now with Summer. I mean, Candace is also her daughter, so I don't know. Maybe if Candace was to have done something, then maybe she would have.
Well, the nap thing was a big deal,
right?
And we
didn't know about that.
The only other time she had talked about the nap thing was on that advocate, or not advocate, but that
the text messages.
The text messages. So a lot of people weren't familiar with that until she said that on the news.
Critical K, right?
Critical K, yeah, that's what it was. So I don't know. I feel like she would, but then again, we don't know.
Right, we don't know. I mean, part of me feels like she would, just because that's her grandbaby and she's been through it before with her daughter, and she doesn't have answers for her daughter. But then part of me is like, well, I mean, Candace is her daughter, so maybe she wouldn't want to do anything if Candace was guilty of something.
It's a tight spot right there to be put in. You have your daughter, you have your granddaughter, you have your.
You wouldn't want to get your other. I mean, maybe she wouldn't want her other daughter to get in trouble. I don't know.
Well, then she'd be losing. She would be, and you have to ask that question too. This is, you would be losing. You would have already lost Rose, then you've lost Summer, then you lost Candace, then she has no family except for her other daughter.
Right. Who is
Her
not
brother
living.
is locked away for the things he's locked away.
Which she has been very adamant, very, very adamant that she told us, she said, speaking of her brother, since you brought him up, she said he is a monster.
It's what she
And
said.
she said, we don't have anything to do with him and haven't in years. She said, because he is a monster to do the things that he has done.
Hey, Jason.
Which I thought that was kind of telling in its own way. Because she says she has nothing to do with him.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I don't know. I mean, she said, I don't want people talking about him, but she did tell us this, and I'll say this is crazy. She said he's in a place where he can't even leave
he can't even go to get a pack of cigarettes, she said.
Go to get a pack of cigarettes. So he has an ankle bracelet on. Mm-hmm. So he's like in a halfway house.
Yeah.
But he has been labeled as a pedophile, like a very dangerous pedophile.
Right.
And she just said, I don't think, there's no way that he could have been down here. That's not relevant to anything. And she said, I don't want people talking about him. And I said, that's understandable.
And it is.
But I don't know. I mean, it's this whole thing has been weird. Mind-boggling. People get mad over the craziest things. Like, she gets the one thing that I've only ever heard her really get mad about is being called Grandis.
Yes.
She cannot stand that. And I understand that if she doesn't like it, she doesn't like it.
Right.
But she actually called me me personally the first time, said, don't ever call me that again. And I was like, okay. I didn't know that it was, and that was the thing with the Jose thing. She said he would never know to call me that. He never called me that. She was very adamant about that with the Jose thing too. Let me see. I want to catch up on. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. Good point. She said my parents never lied for any of us and never lied for my kids. Very true.
And I'm not saying that she would.
Would she be called the matriarch of that family?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought that maybe she was the one that was actually disciplining the children on the property. I feel that way too. That grandma might have held that role. And so I don't know. Who's talking about? Are you behind? Our Music City Mom's probably catching back up. Let me see. Yeah, I know. Yeah, are you talking about Brianna? So if you're catching up and you're behind and listening to this, yeah, with Brianna Tesser, that's what we were saying. That's the only reason. We were never trying to be, insensitive by putting that information out. We were basically just talking about bringing up why her name was mentioned on other channels back in September with this right here, the kidnapping charge she had, because people had speculated, because where this happened 2 weeks after Summer had went missing, that maybe she had helped Summer that way and or something or another. Well, her family has then said that she didn't even know Candace at all or anything, but also through Brianna Tesser's Facebook, you don't see any. That's another reason people were speculating, is because she didn't have anything posted about Summer. She had other missing people posted, but not anything about Summer. So people, went wild with that. Somebody asked 28 weeks ago on the kidnapping charge thing that if she knew about anything about Summer. I went over that yesterday, and I should have been more clear. I didn't feel comfortable bringing that information to everybody, but I felt like it was important to. because she does know a lot of people. And I want to make this very clear right now. Anything I've said about Marlena Crawford and her daughter, that I'm just going to say the name Jay Crawford. I said that little girl's name on that live stream, and I'm sorry about that. But I've always been respectful of the mother's wishes and blurred out that child's face in pictures that we put on a live stream. That was not my intentions. And sometimes when you do a live and you're talking, you'll say things not thinking about, and that doesn't make it right. And I should have been more protective of not saying a minor's name. But I just, when you talk in private to, say, me and Alli talk in private about the case, you're used to just saying everybody's name, and then you get on here and you talk to you guys, and you guys are like family. Now I talk to you every week, multiple times a week. I just freely speak with you guys. But that was not my intention, and we wanted to bring awareness to Breonna Tester's case yesterday, and we played her news story multiple times on that. Okay, yeah. She was actually charged with kidnapping, from what I found. I don't know if charges were dropped, but I couldn't find the county. Now, that's another thing. She said she was actually charged. There was a screenshot of her having a case number and a bond, but I couldn't find a county where those charges actually existed. And I searched Sullivan County, Hawkins County, Washington County, Tennessee, Greene County, Tennessee, and
Hawkins. Did you say that?
I think I said Hawkins, yeah. Okay. Awaketh art. So what you're talking about H being involved in is something about getting in a neighbor's vehicle and trying to, what was that exactly?
Something like he
I don't want
to say the wrong thing because it's been a while.
Tried to grab a carrier.
No, it was like wasn't a pregnant woman, and he
Yeah, he did.
I don't know. It was on camera, and
it was caught on a security camera,
like a Ring camera or something, and
near the house, his mother's house, and he was reached in a vehicle and tried to grab somebody or something, or
yeah.
That's what happened. That's different.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was charged with either. Yeah, thank you. And we've tried to be kind to everybody, but at the same time we went over that. But we have responsibility to, if it's untrue and they call, and especially if she's on my channel and she says something that's untrue, I have a responsibility to call that out. And especially, and I've done,
Well, I mean, it's not even just on our channel.
Well, that's what I'm saying, especially on.
Right. We are most definitely going to call it out if it's on our channel, but I feel are obligated. I mean, we have been trying 100% to be neutral throughout this entire case, and we have to look at every aspect of it, every side, and we have to call out things that are weird from every angle.
Kay Shelton said, I don't know if you can answer. A lot of people got this mixed up. I said Friday we would do a members only live stream. I said in that one post, I'm not going to tell an exact day that we're going to do. And no, we haven't done the Fire Tower Road, the Fields Road thing. That was supposed to be happening because we were going to go up there and help Grandma with her vehicle. So we kept her trying to reschedule going that way and filming all that stuff now. But I didn't want to give an exact date because people on here are crazy and they start problems and try to start issues with other people. And have I just don't ever want to tell my location at an exact place and time. But we're gonna film that. And thank you. Let's see. Yeah, McBro, that's true.
Hmm.
Like Jody Sue's son, he's an adult. So I feel he is okay for discussion, but not the
Right.
young daughter. That's very true. Very good. I agree with you. Um, yeah, but he, the weird thing about him too, if we're gonna be on, this isn't. I'm not gonna make this members only live, open for the public like I did
Yeah.
on the past one. This one's gonna be
This
more.
one's just for y'all.
This one's just for y'all.
Because we've talked about a lot in this. And yeah, this is just for y'all's little ears.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, Jody Sue talks about her son like he's a child, as does Sherfy Jr. or Sherfy Sr. talk about Sherfy Jr. like they are children, which he should went to court. He will be going to court
A week from today, right? April 7th. Or is that, it might be next.
9th or
No, it's the
11th.
It's the 7th.
We'll look it up
100%.
right now.
It's the 7th at 9 o'clock. Fact check me, bro.
I about left the side again. No, let me see. Was it in circuit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll
You know, I don't know how that works, Awake in the Heart. I'm assuming that you guys would be able to rewatch it later. I mean, any members should be able to watch it later. It just won't be for general subscribers. They won't be able to see it. It'll only be members only.
Oh, it's already been you April 7th.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock next
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, let me show that real quick. I will show that to you guys.
Karen Canada. Cam does the exact same thing. He uses talk to text, and so his text messages and things, they are always screwed up. He called me an elephant one time, and I've never forgave him.
I said, "Hey, Allison," and it said, "Hey, elephant." when I was texting him.
And this was years ago.
Yeah.
I'll never let him live it down.
Karen Candace, can you confirm what Jody Sue's full name is? I understand he's named after his father. I don't know exactly
We've
what
never
it is.
looked into it really, but we will.
They call him
get on
Boogie.
that.
Boogie, isn't that what they call him? I think it's something like that, but I don't know his full name. We can try to see.
Yeah, I'll try to work on that.
Yeah, let me zoom in on this so you guys can see it. Okay. There's his charges. Hearing. Well, he already has a. Well, that was on 1/13/2022. Yeah, nothing's really changed on there, but there's there's all that info. Let's see here. So yeah, let me finish with what Candace replied to me about, because I have not keep getting
off track.
Yeah. She said, so I don't know what she told you, so you can't be mad at me. Talking about her mom. So I don't know. That's just what, and I just chose to leave it there because I'm not. Honestly, I want to be. How can I say this? I feel like it's time. We've done what we can do on that end of things, and we just from now I'm going to step back on that end of it and be on the outside looking in and trying to find out, because I'm not going to be filtered ever on anything we say. And, at this point, there's just too much discrepancies and stuff happening And if that's the way it's going to be, then so be it, and that's fine. Um, it was so crazy. We've caught so much guff over taking a break off of YouTube when the phone information came out. First of all, our last live stream was, I think, on the 18th before we took that break. The phone stuff happened on the 21st.
Yeah, so we already hadn't been on.
It was just a couple days after, and we got accused of being. And it was said on all those things. Does Cam and Alli know about this phone? On like the secret calls that Benny had and everything. They were like, no, they don't know anything. It's because we don't want to know anything about that. I have nothing to do with any of that. Any of that stuff with that phone. Don't want anything to do with it. All that stuff should have been turned over to law enforcement immediately. And if, hey, Pitbull Mama, hey, everybody for coming in here. Switzerland, dazed and confused at Switzerland.
That's us. We'll try to be Switzerland. Try to just
yeah. Exactly, Switzerland. Music City Mom Supper got to clock out for lunch. Oops. I clocked out for the day in 40 minutes. Sorry. Let me see here. Have I missed a lot? Oh, good. I'm glad your power is back on. Yeah, members will be able to watch this live stream as much as they want, she said. Yeah, his name is Dylan. Middle name could be Andrew. I didn't know his name was Dylan. Okay. Mental health days are good to take. Yes, they are. 100%.
And they are needed with this case. 100%.
Oh, gosh. With this case, especially, they're needed. But yeah, so we were thrown into that whole thing, and we got so much crap. This other little channel, I went over there and had to get their facts straight. How many times? I'm going to ask you guys, the members that are following us, how many times did I say that when we filmed that shoe, that summer shoe in August of 2021, never touched it, left it where it laid?
We didn't even film it. We took a picture.
Oh, yeah.
A picture.
Well, I guess that could be considered filming.
Well, but I mean... But yeah, we took the day that we went up there to video all the trails.
Yes, to video the trails, left it where it lay, told the PIs about it, and they were supposed to, if they felt like law enforcement had missed it or something, they were to turn that over. They have a legal right as private investigators, and for their license sake, is to, if they're in a case that is heavily still under investigation, they have to report their stuff over to law enforcement as well. That's obligated, I believe. But so we were on ground searches in October when the stuff happened with 423 Chase. When he asked about that, we immediately turned that over. Him asking about that shoe and wanting it to the TBI.
He asked about it in October.
That's what I said.
And yeah, we immediately called. And then Benny didn't come to Tennessee until December. So I don't really understand where all these different stories are coming from.
Yeah.
You can go back and see the picture that we took. And I held off a couple of weeks, I think, before we put it out there, because I felt like that was me as a mom, that was just a very personal, like, picture of that baby, of Summer, of that shoe being there, because I don't know, that it pulled at my heart so much.
Well, the thing about it was that wasn't the only shoe of hers laying around. There was different shoes laying all over that yard.
It was just the fact that one, it was that little, little Paw Patrol and the little sock being in it. That one just really got me.
There was a sock in the picture,
yeah.
And I don't know this for 100%, but from what I remember seeing is the shoe we took a picture of and the shoe Benny had was I think it was the mate to the shoe we took a picture of. It wasn't even the same one. Because those shoes are like laying all, there was boots.
There were sandals that were hers they would have been too big for her, I assume, just having a daughter the same age.
Yeah, exactly.
But those kids, there was stuff strewn all over that property that belonged to them. And so
the boys too.
Yeah. Not just Summers. And the dogs, we don't know if the dogs didn't go and get those shoes and take them and run around the property with them, but I don't know. A lot has been made out of that shoe that is just, I don't know.
Well, and that's not what I was trying to talk about, but that channel was coming forward, putting stuff out against us as fact, and all I did was go over there and answer and say, no, that's wrong. You have that wrong. And they were, she said that I was lying because I said I lost my phone. No, when I took the break off of YouTube because of my grandmother and grieving and everything else, when it rains, it pours. Mm-hmm. Yes, I lost my phone at the same time. Everything else went to shit. Pardon my French, but that's exactly what happened. I needed the break, and she needed the break. And the kids needed the break from it. And we just needed, we had to be a family at that point in time. And it was just very rude how that came across. Well, then she did that channel did a, I guess another video the next day, said she wasn't trying to be insensitive and she no way hated us in any way. Then she immediately commented and said, I don't like you or anything about you. Your child said, you are very contradicting. I just gave up. She said, just please go away and take your supporters. I said, I didn't bring any supporters of mine over here, quote unquote. I said, when you say things that are not true, people are going to come over here and talk to you about it.
And when you put our name in the title, our supporters are probably going to go and see what it's about.
Yeah. It's
just
true.
Saying.
Exactly. So I want to let's try to get to. I want to talk about some important things.
And yes, Debbie Howard. They from the very beginning they said she was believed to be barefoot. So more than likely that shoe had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, exactly. It was just something that we took a picture of, put in a video to pull at heartstrings and show that this child lived on this property. And yeah.
Like I said, me as a mom, when I saw that little shoe laying there and saw that little sock still in there, it broke my heart. And just to know that she wasn't there now. And so I took a picture of it. I held on to it before I even put it in any of the videos for a week or two. And then I did. And we just to show you guys that, yes, she was real. She was there. And now she's not.
Yeah.
And then that shoe became a huge spectacle for some reason.
No. So guys, y'all ask us anything. That's what this was for, is for y'all to be able to interact with us, talk to us about anything, any questions that you have. There we go. Susan Y said, so were the footprints found by Alli of a shoe or a barefoot? Barefoot. And they were found by search and rescue, which law enforcement was there. They came in on gators, and they were all around that area before the dogs even alerted. That's why they had a hard time
to know whether somebody else was with her or if it was just her.
And to our knowledge, what we've been told, and I'm going to tell you this, I've said it, kind of snuck it in there on some wiles, but yes, to our knowledge, those footprints were cast by law enforcement.
That's why we have believed so heavily in the footprints, because we were told that they were casted and that law enforcement took them very seriously. Why law enforcement won't come out and talk about it, I don't know. Obviously that's something that they are wanting to keep under wraps for some reason.
What property was it? Which one was it that had the 3 prints? There was 3 prints on one.
There was 3 prints on one property and either 1 or 2 prints on the other property.
Yeah, that's another thing. On Mr. Phillips' property, I think there was 1 or 2. And on the other property, the one that's 3/4 of a mile away, there was 3 prints, believed to have belonged to Summer, allegedly belonging to Summer. Let's see. Yeah, look, we can talk. These are important things. People have tried to dismiss these footprints, but I'm telling you, they are real. We know about them because of the people that we were involved with, searching with and stuff. They went and interviewed these properties and saw them where they were located, because, I don't even know, how long, like the law enforcement casted them. Yeah, weather, snow, everything. Surely they're not
snow, but rain at that point.
Well, rain, snow, and everything. But now, back then it was fall time when we were searching.
Yeah,
it's true.
But they probably weren't there. Very long, just because of the weather. In the weeks after she disappeared. So.
Yeah, Jacqueline J. She said, "Did you ever get to deep dive into Sherfy Jr.?" Yeah, I have. Did that on pretty thoroughly before. There's no way for us to know unless Sherfy Sr. or Jr. does an interview if he was ever questioned yet by law enforcement. But I want to tell you this: Sheriff Lawson said you would have a hard time. And this was early on. Early on, he made this statement. He said, "You would be hard pressed and to find a stone we haven't already turned over, or somebody we haven't questioned." Well, I think it was 7 or 8 months in, we talked about Sherfy Jr. and his own father said that he had not been questioned yet.
Right.
That blew my mind.
Same.
Yeah, we asked the question the day before. He did an interview with Prayer Garden the next day. Said that, and I was like, "Are you serious?" This guy, and I think the reason why he didn't get questioned is because it was in another county, and that he is not convicted. I guess I can talk freely on this one, right? He's not a convicted SO. I'm still not going to do it. But I think that's why he kind of almost floated under the radar. And you got to take into account that this is a good old boy state. Mm-hmm. Or not this, but Tennessee is a good old boy state. This one is too, but it's a different good old boy state. So it was something leaked by Alli or sir. What now? Patty Barnett. Okay, that picture of that shoe that was circulated real early on, I don't know if law enforcement took a picture of one. We did. That it was in one of our videos.
But she's saying there was one early on in June or July.
Well, that's right. That law enforcement did one too. I saw people talking about that on a.
We had been told once. I don't remember that. I don't. And we were pretty heavily into the case from the very first, very, very, very beginning. But that does not mean that it wasn't there, but I never saw it. But yeah, so the picture that we took was in August, and I don't know what happened with the one that was circulated earlier than that.
Kim Holmes said, "What is your opinion about Candace giving money to bail out Ernie?" I haven't heard that.
I haven't either. That doesn't mean it's not true.
That doesn't mean it's not true. Yeah, exactly. But I have not heard that. That's my little girl whispering with Allison. Y'all are being weird. Quit whispering.
She came in here. She said, "Do you have tape? I just need it."
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Daddy called us weird, sissy.
I got the camera on too, and they can see you.
Well, that's why would you turn it on?
Let's see here.
Seriously?
No, I turned it off.
I saw that you actually turned
Candace
it off.
made 2 donations to Ernie. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know about that. But like I said, I don't know what to think about that. But yet then she tells him that lawyer said her property can't be searched. And that's just because she didn't. She told me because the reason she said that is because she didn't want him up there. But then I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Now I did, yeah, Jacqueline J. I did know that Tina was taking up donations to get him out. I did see that, but
okay. Kim Holmes said, "Do you believe she got lost in those hills?"
I mean, I think it's possible.
Y'all know.
But
you answer first, because yours, my mind, I'll be the same as mine.
I think it's possible. I do. But at the same time, and I'm conflicted with that one because the people who trained us said that, they walked in one area and didn't see the one body that they discovered. They did not see it. And they walked right by it, and they were standing under a tree.
Yeah, so they found the people that helped trade us to do ground searches. They found Luke Vance was another a guy that was missing in East Tennessee that took his life. Well, allegedly took his life in the woods. She said, they said she can't find the members only link in videos or community. It's the
not the last members only community post, but the one before has the link in it, because I didn't put the link in the last one.
The one before. Go ahead and finish answering what you're saying.
Well, do I think that we know that those hills have been searched over and over and over. We ourselves have been out there searching multiple times. So far there's not a trace, nothing. I feel at this point that if she was out there, that there would have been an article of clothing or something that the wildlife in that area would have brought, like, scattered off at this point.
Right. Well,
and that there would have been something found.
Look, I'm going to tell you what people that trained us to search and stuff, their opinions did not feel like that. They said it's possible that she could have walked away. Yeah, thank you. I saw that. They said it's possible that she could have walked away out there, but they were even leaning towards the way where I've leaned to. I do not understand how Alli kind of said there's no evidence of abduction, which, yeah, you can say that, yes. But early on, you're still asking for the truck. So right there, you looking for that truck could be classified as possible evidence. Because
but the way that they worded that truck was so confusing.
It's not, as they're not.
Because they said that they didn't feel that the person with the truck was a suspect, but just a witness.
But what they saw could have been possible evidence of an abduction. Right. By what they saw as a witness, right?
Yeah, or it could have also been a sign of her wandering off. because they could, if they saw her on the side of the road or something, you know what I mean?
Right. And
So even that's not definitive. I don't know.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, people said, yes, I can't believe she wouldn't have been found. But let me add to this, too. When you get out there and see this area
Oh, yeah,
with your own two eyes, it is intimidating.
it is.
It is it's very intimidating because this place is wide, broad, spread out, very mountainous.
And it's dense.
Yes,
The trees.
briars,
Yeah.
brush. But then you have the question, if she's barefoot, how could she make it through briars? Why would she, a child's only going to go through something that hurts on a one time. They're going to not, that's another thing. What? Why are you knocking? Huh? Oh, she left the box at the door.
Oh, they were playing the other night whenever we went live. So we have gotten some packages from Amazon because I am obsessed, and it's a bad problem. But they were playing Amazon the other night, and so they put little toys and things inside of this Amazon box that we have, and
What?
They deliver it to us.
Okay, so
It's your baby.
do you
Thank
think Dawn might have been right that first day?
Thank you.
That she may have been taken to the light holler. That is the direction the footprints were traveling. That's not the direction.
Yeah.
That's not the direction that the prints were traveling.
No.
And I've talked about it, and this is only going to be for y'all members.
And if any of this gets out, we know who told.
No. I'm sure they're sure it will. I don't care.
I'm joking.
I've said on what properties are travel, which ones are which. It's traveling more towards Sherpy Senior and their property.
And then back towards.
And then back towards, yeah.
The Phillips property.
Well, first the Phillips property.
Well, we don't know what direction, like the actual footprints were.
That's where it's confusing.
Yeah, we don't know the actual direction, whether they were going from back towards Don Sharpie Senior's girlfriend's property.
We'll say
towards the Phillips or
Mary
the
Sexton's
Phillips.
property.
Right.
We'll say that, but Sharpie Junior or Sharpie Senior stays there on the weekends, allegedly. Since 2000. Yeah, for 9 years. Okay, let's be clear about that. So those prints, when they say the direction traveled,
crime of opportunity, exactly.
Yes, that's been my argument too.
Yes.
How can you say that an abduction didn't happen, or you can't see? Well, I guess they're saying they never quit looking into that. And people get this mixed up too about the whole foul play thing too. They said that they were still investigating foul play, but they said earlier there's no evidence of abduction or foul play, but they were looking into every avenue. Actually, Arietti emailed me the exact statement so that I could say them word for word every time. You want me to do that? So let's just go over what they actually said, because I think that's going to be. Thank you for all you guys, these mods we have, and for you guys that send us.
I hope that this members only is good for the mods, especially because I hope that you guys are able to actually enjoy a live stream without having to worry about looking through comments and taking care of stuff like that. Hopefully you guys can just kind of relax and enjoy a live stream for once.
Jacqueline J said, my point is this. If baby Summer wandered off, surely searchers would have found at least clothing, right?
Well, and that's what I was saying. But at the same time, I mean, there has been multiple times that searchers have said that they have walked right by where they eventually found somebody multiple times and not even seen them. But I will say that I do feel like the search agencies that have been here are very thorough and very respectable search agencies.
160 it was the total, I think,
Yeah.
right? So right here is
And that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people from states of Ohio, North Carolina, all around. And so EquiSearch too, they came in multiple times. And let me tell you something about people want to throw shade on the PIs. Who do you think got EquiSearch to come back?
Yeah.
Down here, and they had to do the recon for EquiSearch to be here.
Meaning they were the ones that researched and said, hey, I think you guys should go look here.
Because EquiSearch has to have a certain perimeter and
they have to have a location basically to go and look.
Large enough too.
Right, large enough for them to be warranted to come.
And have reason to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were the ones that got law enforcement to okay EquiSearch coming back.
That's true. And as far as they go, they did have a good relationship with law enforcement.
They did. They
did and do. So that's another thing. Like I want to be sure to clear that up. Yeah. So they were here. I don't know how, when they were here and the other search groups were here, why nothing has been found. Since the footprints were the biggest thing. And that's not, I'm not at liberty to say some other things that were said by somebody of EquiSearch, but there was another big thing that was said. And hopefully as we go farther on, I'll be able to talk about that. But it's not my place to at this point in time. But Kim Holmes, Patty Burnout says, true that heat radiating radar would have found her by now. That's good too. But they, we just heard Dave Roush from head of TBI getting new technology, FLIR and stuff like that. So, but they've had that on drones. I know that First to Deploy has some of the best. You guys saw some of his technology on this channel.
And he was trained by the best in the country.
He was.
With Gene Robinson.
Yeah.
He was, and Gene was at his fingertips. Anytime that he needed help, Gene was right there and could remotely be basically searching with him on his drone.
Yeah. Debbie Howard says, see a lot of people talk about the milk jug pigs. Did the dogs check the car or truck?
Yes.
Multiple times.
Cadaver
dogs and scent dogs.
Yes.
Both kinds of scent dogs, open air scent searching dogs and nose to the ground scent dogs. Oh, you don't have to do that, no. Mother Hen. This is members only. You don't have to do that. But thank you so much. Look, I do too. There was a reason. Look, this is what people are like. Y'all are just pointing out everybody because you're causing distraction for the whales.
That's not true.
Don nor Candace said anything about the Sherpies to us. When we brought it up, he actually called in on that live where we're talking about this information.
And he was like, what?
Yeah, that's before Don went to jail and said, what now about all this? And I was like, yeah.
They had no idea.
Yeah. I feel the same way though, because even the things Senior said were extremely strange about, he came out and made it very known that Summer laid on his girlfriend's lap at church, said that the kids were in the road unattended, which gives an opportunity, and he said Summer included, gives opportunity that if Randy Haas, Frank White, his son were in the area, that gives an opportunity for somebody that has nefarious agenda in mind to act on. And if they've seen that it's possible these kids are unattended, it doesn't even mean they have to plan on it. It just gives, I guess it's just like rubbing it in their face. Here, there's these kids. And yeah, I don't know. I just find it also strange that all these people have the same exact charges of exploitation of a minor. And we had all them charges pulled up just a minute ago. What are your feelings about the church folks now? I don't know. I found it strange how they just didn't want to talk about anything anymore, and but I guess that they could only have done so much. I don't know. I don't want to give my opinion on that exactly because I still have weird opinions.
Same. I have some strange opinions about that, but at the same time, they were being so heavily looked into, and they already are a religion that people are kind of, how do I put it? Help me.
What now?
I said they were being so heavily looked into that, but I said they are already a religion that a lot of people are not either familiar with or think is kind of strange. So I don't know if maybe that's why they weren't really rallying around the family.
Well, they said that they were Don and them weren't members of the church.
Right.
But yet been there 2 years.
Right.
David Dotson wasn't even there 2 years. He had only been there
a few months
and became a member.
Yeah. But becoming a member is at least with Baptist, I don't want to speak on that because I don't know how that works in their church.
Well, he left and went back to that church after the fact, the church that got busted for.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about how you become a member of a Baptist church because that's what I grew up.
I'm talking about David Dotson becoming a member of the SDA church.
I know, and then going back to his Baptist church.
Yeah, in just a few months. But Don was there 2 years and didn't become a member. Why?
But that would.
Because they didn't want to give him a membership, or what?
I don't know. Because I would see Don. Just if Don was how he was acting the last few months, and Don knew his Bible and knew things, he really was invested in that, I believe wholeheartedly. So I believe that he probably would have wanted to become a member, but I don't know. We can't really speak on that because we don't know.
How old is Tim Mullins? Early 50s or late 50s, early 60s, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know for a fact.
Y'all need to go look up.
Okay, can I say something about Tim Mullen that I have not, and we've been very careful not to talk about?
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah. Say it.
So, I will tell you right now, I was not a fan of Tim from literally the first time we ever spoke to the man. He is very condescending towards women, very much so. And any woman who has talked to him has had this same feeling as I have had. And
he's very sexist.
Very sexist. I didn't want to say the word. But
he is. I actually got into a kind of argument with him about it.
Not even you, just you. Somebody else that we know did too.
Yeah. I got into that's why I've always said I do not like him. We never saw eye to eye. Kay Shelton said, wasn't there a money charge to be a member at SDA?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about that. Maybe, probably. I don't know if they have to give a donation to the church or they are kind of I guess have a obligation to tithe so much or something. I don't know. But yeah, Tim Mullen is very sexist and very he talks about women in a like beneath
Very, yeah.
him and not worth his time. He tried to, talk down to us about our channel. We were up on that property before he
Was ever in the picture.
was ever in the picture. He says that he might have been in charge of like this buying summer wells, like the website and stuff, but we were up there filming and stuff and talking and being a part, trying to help, and we were on it. We were kind of working with the PIs more than having anything to do with him. Well, then he started trying to control everybody. He made it that a bunch of people were not allowed to even help. He got rid of them.
He got rid of people that you guys, I'm not going to say we can't say, we're not at liberty to say, but he pushed away somebody that you guys have probably listened to speak on YouTube many, many, many times, who may or may not have their own channel. Pushed them away, who are local, and said that they couldn't be up there and couldn't have anything to do with the case.
Yeah.
That's all I will say on that, because it's not our place to tell, and I don't think it's out there. So
yeah, but he came in and just tried to put gave the boot to people. He tried to control
very hard with us early on.
Yeah, he tried to control the billboard thing. If y'all haven't seen it, I'm gonna show you what he wanted the billboard to look like.
Music City Mom, I don't know. It probably is calling her the bread lady a sexist thing. I thought, and go look at, I don't know if all of you guys have seen this, but Triggered Minds and Crimes has a picture of the note that he left on the well's door before he became a part of all of this. And he calls Robin his friend. He said, "I'm Robin's friend." And I told Cam, I said, that's very weird to me, considering he basically, I feel like he went to that bread making thing as a part of Fun Fest just because he knew Robin went to that church.
He's very calculated.
Very calculated. And then he talked to her there. And this all came out of his mouth, on his videos. He said that he had talked to Robin briefly at the parade.
People said, remember, he was doing his community service through SDA Church. I tried to bring that up on another channel last night, and they said that's not true, that he wrote the handbook for the drills. That's true, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. As far as I know.
I thought he did for the missing children thing. I thought he did.
Here, I'll pull up the note on the door.
Candy Aldridge said, where did he come from? He just
appeared. That's the thing. He says that he was at the parade and that, he was taking pictures for...
I showed the note that he left on the well's door, too, on a live.
Okay, well, I'm just going to read it now because...
Okay, go ahead and read it. Hey, Lisa Mounts, I'm glad you made it in here. I'm sorry that a bunch of people didn't get to see. I tried to put it out there last night and make sure that this was scheduled so people would know about it. I hope more people can find it and get to watch this. We've already been on here an hour and 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, wow. I really like these members only lives, and just because they're more laid back and it's not.
I do too.
Okay, so this is what the note said. It says, "Hello, Dawn. Just stopped by for a hello. Heading around putting up signs. This is Tim Mullen, Robin's friend. Do website. All those little puppy dogs done stole my heart, especially that little one with the big ears, Tim." Is that not weird?
Yeah. And there's, he was all creeping around. The things he said on his own channel are just weird. How he said, and that might just be him, but it makes him very suspect. It's just the truth. Oh, okay. Thank you, Kim's Alli. This is my first live. Thank y'all so much. You're welcome. I'm glad you got to be a part of
I'm
it.
glad too.
Why did he have community service? That's McBro. Why did he have community service? That's the first I heard that. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't know why he was around the SDA church to be able to write that.
Does he talk about dogs a lot? No, but when he's up there,
Oh, there's one puppy in particular. Well, it's not a puppy now.
we had heard about it because we had only been on that property around him one time.
Yeah, we have only met him in person still to this day one time.
I have met him more than once because I was up there. You met him once, and then when I went up there, the next day he was up there.
Yeah.
After Molly and them were there.
Yeah. Well, the day that I met him, the only day that I met him, we were only there for 5-10 minutes max. We got out of our car. He had already made it very...
Stop, Frank.
She's delivering packages.
I know, but
He had already made it very clear that he didn't care for us too much. And here we got out of our vehicle and he said, "Oh, there they are, the famous Cam and Alli." And what else did he call us? He said...
Oh, she's talking about Dawn having community service at the SDA. I thought she was talking about Tim Mullen.
Me too. I was like, what?
Okay, good to know. Go ahead. What were you saying now?
I was saying when we got out of the car that day and he said, "Oh, there's the famous Cam and Alli."
The loving
The famous loving Cam and Alli. The voice of reason or something. It was really weird.
Yeah, because he had just, we had actually left. Kay, you remember this.
We left your house.
I left your house pretty mad at the situation that had just happened because Tim said, he messaged me and said I couldn't use the footage that I filmed up there of the second search they did. And I said, "Oh, yes, I can, and I will." And I said, "Don't worry about it. I'll be up there right quick. I'm very close." And we got in the car and rushed up there, and he didn't like that. When we got out of the car, he got very nervous and said what he said. No, that's not right now.
Not right now, okay? I've already opened 3 packages.
No, you opened 2 packages.
Oh, sorry. I miscounted. I've opened 2 packages.
Mother Hen said, "Cam, I stop everything when it's time to pray, and I pray with you. I have throat cancer, and I've got to have heart surgery on the 12th. I could use all the prayers that I can get. Thank you." Yes, absolutely. Is Tim truly disabled the outdoor camera? And if Tim truly disabled the outdoor cameras, unless Dawn and Candace asked him to, but I don't. It's not my place.
Not our place.
I'll tell you right.
Y'all are putting us in some places here.
There was only one. I can't talk about the camera situation, but I'm going to tell you that's wrong. There's no way he could see if you can pick up what I'm saying. There's no way you can take something down if okay. I don't know how to do that.
Mommy, are you gonna open the package?
Yes, I'm gonna open the package.
Hold on, we're almost done.
You want her to open the package?
I know, but we're almost done.
Just open the package.
Okay,
I'm opening it right now. Thank you, sissy.
All right.
Ooh, you brought me water and mellow yellow and bug juice. Thank you. Here, take them back in there, okay?
All right, hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Give me just a second.
No, keep it in there, okay? That way that.
Bama forever. There you go.
I want you to have like 2 mellow yellows with some juice and a water.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. My little girl was in here. Okay, pick up what I was saying there. Bama forever got what I was trying to say. Yeah, cat. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's not my place. I'm not gonna do that. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, they're K too. Good job. Yeah, I mean, bro, that's good. There's a lot of people that have broke down. If you just watch his channel, Tim Mullen's channel, he talks about a lot that's just strange. Anyway, so let me go over this real quick before we get done. I'm wheezing. Hold on.
Squeaked.
I know I squeaked. It says Sheriff Lawson said nothing pointed to abduction, nothing pointing to foul play, other than her walking outside the house, not being found, is basically the main thing right now. What actually happened to her, we're still trying to find out. Leslie Earhart, TBI publication officer, said despite the countless hours of tireless work, the circumstances surrounding her disappearance remains unclear. At this time, there is no evidence that she was abducted. However, all avenues continue to be explored, including the very real possibility that she wandered off and became lost in the mountainous and rough terrain surrounding her home. That's what I was the point I was putting across in the community post is when somebody says the very real possibility, that's what they're leaning towards. That's what I was just trying to say. And I just don't see how somebody in that area had picked up something and found something. Now, the footprints they did, which people try to dismiss because it does not fit their narrative. The footprints doesn't fit their narrative. They said, oh, they would rather say they found nothing. Them finding footprints with her scent on it is a big thing. And law enforcement took it very seriously. And they cast those footprints.
Honest to goodness, the reason, and I could be wrong, but I feel like the reason that law enforcement does not want to talk about the footprints and does not want to come out and say, yeah, they're there, they were real, I feel like it's because it might be the only lead they have.
It is the only, exactly.
And I think that they don't want that out to be, actually, what's the word I'm looking for here? Where you say something is what? Confirm. Lord have mercy. I feel like they don't want to confirm them because that's
all they got.
That's all they have.
They when they found out about those, they gave everything they had. They put everything they had at that. And they thought for sure they were going to find her right then and there. They said that they would have her by that night. Dave Rader talks about when he came into town, talked about this multiple times, that, it was 4 a.m. Till they called off that search. And everybody was let down. I don't know. Just around that, the footprints even going to that near that property, and Sherfy Jr. having ties to that property where 3 individual footprints were found, allegedly.
I think that's strange.
That's strange. All things were pointing. Then you have the campsite, which I mistakenly said was on Mary Sexton's property. It's on Dishner's property, which is Billy Dishner's property, which is the property It's a little slice of property that runs right up beside hers, Mary Sexton's, and it's right there up on the top of that mountain. It's crazy. Normally, they would unless she was abducted. Yep. Hey, Susie Mac. Thank you, guys. And I'm sorry that you just got here. I appreciate you coming in. We've been on here going on an hour and 40 minutes. But this will be available for all you members to watch. Let me finish reading this email right here. And then we'll try to, take a few more questions and we'll, kind of try to finish this thing up. Okay, so when she says shoot for 30, let me see. Shoot for 3 hours, she said. Oh, I can't do it. If that's what you meant, I don't know. Maybe I'm not. We've got to get dinner for these kids. My son is sick. Yeah. He's throwing up all day. He's thrown up 6 times.
5 or 6, and oh my gosh, it's bad.
Yeah, it's been rough.
I love it.
My take on this is okay. So Ariette's very smart, and this is her. This is her site right here. Ariette Plays Detective. I think that's on Facebook or YouTube. I have to check it out. But that's y'all, and she's one of our mods here. She's very good. But she says after the part I just read is when questioned about her statement on Twitter by someone saying, "Does no evidence of abduction mean abduction kidnapping has been ruled out?" Earhart replied, "No, it doesn't. All possibilities continue to be explored." Sheriff Lawson said, "Everybody is still a suspect / person of interest, however you want to put it. To take on this is just because they haven't found evidence of abduction doesn't mean it didn't happen. It just means they have no evidence of that scenario, just like they have no evidence for any other scenario. Just because they haven't found Summer or any evidence for what happened to her while searching doesn't mean she wasn't abducted. And it doesn't mean she didn't wander off on her own. She could have left the property and got lost in the woods and fallen somewhere that they haven't located her. Human remains are sadly sometimes missed, especially in large-scale searches of wide areas of difficult terrain. She could have wandered off and met with an accident, such as being hit by a car or a hunter shooting her, which has been covered up. She could have wandered off and been picked up by an opportunist abductor. She could have been being groomed by somebody locally and gone willingly to see them. All manner of possible scenarios. However, the police are saying there's no evidence because they can't work from speculation. They need actual physical evidence before they state they know what happened to her. A principle which I wish everyone would follow. That's very good. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
That's very good. Ariette, if you catch this thing later, I'm sorry you didn't get notified. I was hoping you'd be in here. But thank you for sending me that information. And that's something I think we'll share on the next live for everybody publicly. Let me see. Jacqueline J says, "I've had this suspicion that this is going to blow wide open Mom's intuition." We felt like that a few times.
Yeah.
She said, Patty Burnett said, "We'll do this more often." I will, I promise.
Yeah.
Did y'all watch the video I sent on Ansley with Court TV? She mentioned Hawkins County. Oh, Ashley with Court TV mentioned Hawkins County is in charge of searches since 8 months ago. People can't get up willy nilly because Candace says so. It has to go through Hawkins.
And that's true. Everything has to go through Hawkins County unless it's on private property.
That's true.
If it's on private property, then all you have to have is permission from the private property owners.
That is where that other channel that was trying to attack us. She said, you and people like you did everything illegally. And I was like, how is it illegally when we have permission by private property owners? Who is it, Mama?
Yes.
Tell her we're on a live. Please. She's not going to stop. Sorry, guys. My mom is calling over and over and over.
And texting.
And texting over and over. That's true.
Oh my gosh.
Well, then, look, guys, and I'm going to say this before I finish this. So, we showed you two of other places where scent locations were allegedly at, where dogs alerted on scents on properties on Ben Hill Road. That came from people that were involved in the first initial search, so they say. So, what about the thoughts you said you had about the basement part of that shed? Oh, it existed. It exists now. It's very real. I don't know why she said that it's not there. That causes more confusion, but I 100% assure you there is a root cellar. Alli saw it with her own eyes. Yes. I saw it with my own eyes. I wasn't allowed to film it, and it was upsetting. I said, why? When we've been allowed to film everything else, is it because I don't know.
I don't know either. That's the only place that we have asked to film that we've not been able to.
Yeah. Why is Candace denying that basement? I have no idea, but it pisses me off, to be very honest with you, because back in November when I first talked about it, because see, I forgot that she told me. I talked about it on a live very briefly, that I thought that there was a basement under one of the sheds because Candace told me there was back in November or December. Well, then I was able to, when it came back up, I said, I will go up there and thoroughly look at it, because you cannot see if you're just going up the driveway or walking around. You don't see that basement door on the bottom of that shed unless you're looking for it and know it's there.
Yeah.
It's kind of hidden over the hillside on the backside, and it kind of the way it's built, you don't see it unless you're right up on top of it. And Music C Mom said, Camden, sir, do not speak to your mother in that manner. I wasn't trying to speak. I was saying it kind of, and good thing she's not a member of the channel. I can't believe she's not.
Well, my mom ain't either.
Is she not?
No.
No, when sometimes she'll know that we're on a live, my mom is not happy about our channel. She says that I shouldn't do it anymore and that I don't need to. And I was like,
Yeah.
So that's why I get upset when she calls over and over and over, even though she knows we're probably doing something.
Texting over and over.
Look, I know she's my mom, the only one I have, but I understand. I think mom's just seen the stress that it causes us.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that probably I know it's mom just being protective, and I love her with all my heart. Candy, does your husband need prayer? Jacqueline,
Yeah,
she did ask for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Seems Dawn was right about one thing. Candace. Whoa. Okay. His name is Ray. Okay. All right. I think that's it for us. Let's pray and let's get out of here, guys. Thank you. we've been on here an hour and 50 minutes. Yeah.
No, I don't.
You know.
I don't, but I know.
Been out here an hour and 50 minutes. Prayers for Bill, please. Yes, Pitbull Mama. I think I get it mixed up that two people ask a prayer for their husband. And thank you for. So we have Bill, and we have Ray. So that way I can be sure to have everybody's names and know who everybody is. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this one. We appreciate y'all, and I hope that there's been something productive coming out of 2 hours of rambling on here. We're gonna
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, we're gonna have more of these, more and more and more of them.
We said that last time, but we really are now.
It's good to have these for you guys, and you guys deserve it. Y'all go the extra mile to support us on this channel, and we really, really appreciate you.
It's good for us too, for real.
It is.
The other lives can sometimes be a little bit more stressful, so it's good to be able to just relax and talk to y'all.
So I'm gonna, man, I'm messy here. I turned this on because I'm gonna pray with you guys, and I think it's good that we all pray together.
I'm here, and I'm not getting on the camera.
Bill, Ray, and Jack. Pray for Jack too. Okay. So I'm going to be looking up here at my whiteboard to pray. Don't think that I'm just not closing my eyes, because I am. I take this very seriously. And I love each and every one of y'all guys. Y'all are amazing. Mother's Day gift, free member. See, that I can't just give somebody a free membership. I would have to give them the money to then become a member. They have to do it themselves. But we can figure something out like that. Jacqueline Jay's brother. Okay.
Okay, you got all these?
Hopefully.
We got.
Too bad.
Jack, Bill, Mother Hen.
People said too bad they can't be two real way. Conversation, be fun to get together. What'd you say?
I was reading these. So we got Jack, Bill, Mother Hen, and Ray.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much. I'm trying to catch all these. Y'all are just an awesome family. Thank you guys. Thank you guys that know what we're really about and have followed us. And if you're new to this channel, and I can assure you this is us. This is how we are all the time. We're real people. We're not perfect. Don't claim to be. If you watched that on Burnt Toast last night with me addressing somebody that is straight up lying about us, I lost my cool at the end. I was very patient, then became patient again after I lost my cool, but I flipped out on there. So go watch that if you want to see me flip out.
If you want to see the other side of Cam.
You want to see me get mad, go watch that one. Music City Mom said I was watching the videos from the prayer vigil last night. That was a good prayer vigil, despite the person who was what he turned it out to be. Oh, Queen Ashley said, Cam, you did great last night. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, guys, let's pray and let's get out of here. Somebody just said something, and this is members only. I'm trying to answer everything. Ask her if there's a fruit seller. See what she says. Ask her in words she's more familiar with. Look, I've called it a seller. Are you talking? She knows to us. She told me least amounts. If you didn't hear it from the beginning, she knows that we know what it's called because she was there when I went and looked at it. She knows. She's told me about it. She called it a basement.
Yes, when we first found out about it, which was months before we saw it with our own eyes, she called it a basement.
Yeah. She knows what we're referring to when it's called a basement. Yeah, so I want to make that very clear. She knows exactly what we're talking about. She's been being untruthful for some reason about certain things. And I'm sorry people might not like that me saying that, but it is very true. I know
It's
her
true.
personally from this whole thing. We've been involved in this now going 9 months. Or not, well, not us 9 months with her, but like, what was it?
We
August?
started in August.
So
Yeah.
7 months.
Yeah.
6.5, 7 months. I know how she is kinda, I guess. And from speaking to her, I guess we know how do you want to say that? I don't want to put myself in a corner with saying, but how would you?
Oh, I don't know how to say it. We have, we've had many, many, many talks with her, and we have figured out ways that she. Mm,
Her
we've
attitude and the
figured
way
her out in a lot of ways, and yeah,
we'll talk more about that as this goes.
yeah,
But again, none of this being dishonest about these things does not mean she's guilty of anything.
no,
It doesn't help people to say, to be like, well, if you're lying about something little like a basement under a shed, why would you not lie about the bigger thing? That's a problem. But still does not mean they're guilty of anything with anything to do with Summer.
Patty Burnett said, "I miss Dawn." And sort of regret the way she's turned on him so rapidly. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Don told on himself a lot.
Dawn
Don
was
very upfront and
very truthful.
about
Dawn didn't care if it was bad, looked bad on him. He did not care. He was a very truthful, upfront, honest person. And I will say that 100%.
simple is a nice way to say it. Yeah, look, Don told me about his blood alcohol level, and I said, Don, that's not good. And he goes, oh, yeah. And then he went to court and told the judge his blood alcohol. I said, Don, that's not favorable to your case.
But he didn't.
He didn't care.
He was always honest, whether it was a good outcome for him or not.
He came out and talked about things that happened with. It doesn't make it right what happened between him and his stepsisters when they were younger. No, but he talked about it. He admitted to it. I don't know if sometimes they get the. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't. Y'all know that I'm a victim / survivor of SA. So I don't stand behind that in any way, shape, or form. But I don't know how to talk about that happened when they were young because I've heard so many conflicting things, and I don't want to get into that because that's not what we came into this to do. We wanted to help search for Summer and find information that would help lead to finding that 5-year-old little girl to bring her home. And that's all I can. It's all I can. I guess talk about at this point. We'll go further into things as we. If he didn't want to admit to something, he don't have to say things like I really can't say. What's that mean? Am I behind? Yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying, I think. Yeah, people, but then when Don gave him answers and he talked about things, then it's look, I'm sorry, I can't get behind Dudley. I can't get behind him as 100% telling the truth. He lied so much during that interview, and I called it. I saw it, and he's very manipulative. Just telling you.
She said that means I'm talking like an elephant.
Oh.
Voice to text.
The voice to text. That's funny. Candace may have alcoholic brain. She's been very upfront about she's had a drinking problem since before the boys were born.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. She said over and over and over he told on himself. He has.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just trying to read. It's important. I told everybody I would answer everything. Amber Maiden said I'm so late. It's okay. You can catch this back over. Like we're right at 2 hours. So let's pray. Let's get out of here. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Wheezing. Okay, dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for what you've done in our lives. Thank you for letting us have the ability to speak to one another, no matter where we are in this country and other countries. Lord, we have amazing members. Lord, thank you for each and every one of them. Bless them uh, right where they need it. You know each and every one of our hearts, uh, pains, questions, wants, desires. Lord, even the people that didn't ask for anything that are meet them right where they are. And Lord, we intercess. Uh, we're supposed to be intercessory and prayer for one another, prayer warriors for one another. Lord, we just lift each other up, and we ask for healing for Jacqueline Jay's brother Jack. Lord, you know what the uh, issue is with him. Lord, we ask that you breathe your healing life into him. We ask for Pitbull Mama's husband Bill. Lord, we ask that you just heal him and put a peace in her heart as she goes through this with her husband. Lord, we ask and lift up Mother Hen as she battles throat cancer and heart surgery on the 12th. Lord, we ask that you go in there with her, and that uh, you are the main physician. You steady the surgeon's hands to just do the best job possible, and breathe your healing life into her for her heart to work better than it did before. Heavenly Father. Lord, we lift up Candy Aldridge and her husband. Lord, again, she's asked for prayer. Uh, she's been dedicated to it. And Lord, we always want to lift up people that are calling out to you and put their prayers at your feet and leave them there and let you deal with them. Lord, but we ask that you put a peace in her heart, and we ask that Ray can recover through these things and just just become healthier day by day, every single minute, become healthier, Heavenly Father. And Lord, let us always remember and tell ourselves that we are good enough. We are worthy of you, Lord, and or we are worthy in just in that sense, Lord, that we can do all things through you who strengthens us and no one else. God, you're amazing. You're all powerful. You're loving, and you love us when we don't deserve it. God, we ask that you bring answers to this case and to the multitude of other cases that are out there, the missing children, the missing people. Lord, let the person who is responsible for taking Breonna Tester's life be brought to justice. And Lord, we ask that put a hedge of protection around Summer, around uh, Monkey. Lord, we just ask that you just put peace in those families' hearts, Lord, and let the truth come forward, regardless of who it is. Let them be brought to justice and be held accountable. And Lord, if it's nobody in Summer's case and she did walk away, let that be known. Let justice be served and not uh, illy served. Don't let the wrong person go down for something that they didn't do. Let the right evidence come forward. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, guys. I hope I covered everything. Neva said I just missed it. You'll be able to watch all this again, Neva. Thank you guys for joining. I'm sorry that see people said at least I caught the prayer. Guys, thank y'all so much. Y'all are amazing, for real.
You really are.
Y'all really are amazing people, and we love y'all. I guess that's it for us. We'll catch y'all on the next one. We're going to be doing these more often because y'all deserve it. Y'all go the extra mile.
Mm-hmm. And we
Remind
appreciate
us.
it.
Remind us to do them because we get caught up in life and just doing regular live streams and stuff. So thank y'all guys so much. We love you. We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Remember, at the end of the day, everybody wants justice.
But justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate.
All right. See y'all.
Bye.